Today, we have a very different game, but it's not really a game, it's a simulation. Long Live the Queen is a visual novel game that was developed by Hanako Games and released in 2012. Since I'm not very familiar with this genre, let's dive right in and figure out what you have to do. So pretty much you play as the role of a princess, Elodie. You have skills that you need to level up throughout the game, and the only way to do this is to pick out your classes for the week. The most important thing to watch out for is your mood. Depending on your mood is how better you'll be to acquire certain skills and how worse and harder it'll be to acquire others. The ultimate goal is really not to be the best that you can be, but overall to survive the 40 weeks so you can become queen, because your mother has passed away, but you cannot be queen yet because you're too young. In 40 weeks it'll mark your birthday, and then you'll finally be old enough to take the role of queen. Depending on the actions that you've taken and the choices that you have made will determine the type of ending that you'll get. Your game could also end prematurely if you take the wrong actions or you haven't leveled up the required skills in order to progress through a certain part. Many times you'll have choices in the game that need to be made. Depending on your skills will allow you to open up new opportunities for you to take. Sometimes there's not always one right choice. There are a plethora of choices that you can take. As you progress farther and farther throughout the game, your path becomes more narrow. Because of this, the game feels very linear and you feel like you have to have a certain amount of skill points in order to progress throughout the game. I really don't like this, as it feels like you're constricted into one path instead of being able to choose your own adventure. When it comes to this game, there are a million of elements that are inside it. Elements of political intrigue, military, and a bunch more are seen in this game. It really adds to the authenticity of the game and really makes you feel as you're a princess and you can die at any single moment. As well as diplomacy and political elements, there are also magical and fantasy elements as well in this game. It's actually not cheesy, and it's taken with some seriousness, as using magic, specifically lumen, is something that your father is against, but you can decide whether or not it's beneficial to you or to stay away from it entirely. Now, if you level up your skills to a certain level, you will unlock costumes. Now, when you wear these costumes, they're not just for aesthetic purposes. You also get a boost to your skills as well for wearing them. This is important since if you don't have enough points, you can wear the right outfit so you can get past through a difficult point in your journey. One thing I'll say about the presentation is that it's simply amazing. The artwork is superb, and all the little effects and details that make every picture feel alive is simply great. The music is absolutely perfect. It's perfect for whatever mood that the game is trying to show you at certain times. The music never feels out of place and is very atmospheric. So now you've survived 40 weeks and you're at the end. The game is over. Enjoy your rewards. Now honestly, when I completed it the first time, I got a couple of endings and I wanted to play it again so I can get different events. However, as I played through it more and more, I felt limited to my choices, and some things I could not prevent no matter what I did. At the end, you get these pictures to show you what you have done, and as a result of your actions, how the people around you have fared off. This game is worth a few playthroughs, not only for the visually striking artwork and the great music, but also to see the different endings that you can obtain. However, the lasting power isn't really all there. And because of that, this game gets a 7 out of 10. I like this game. It's very unique, but it just doesn't have the lasting power or the content to really keep me going. Either way, it's worth a few playthroughs, even just to see the amazing artwork. This is Pow3rh0use, signing off.